What's happening, guys? We're back. Episode 3 of the road to becoming a trucker. So it's Friday right now, Friday afternoon. It's currently, I think it's about 2:30, just at the unit, repping SPF as always. So the next steps, you've seen episode 1, you've seen episode 2. We're right at the start of the beginning of this process, by the way. So if you've just joined now, episode 1 was about what we're going to do as a company, personally, where we're going to go. At the moment, we do courier, we do logistics, same day specialist, next day scheduled delivery. Well, what we really want to do is we want to be a trucking company. And there's a lot of reasons for that. And I've had a few people ask me, why do I want to become a trucker? Why do we want to become a trucking company? And it's where we need to go as a business to grow. You know, we've got a couple of Luton vans on the road. We've got a lot of service partners. We've got a lot of people that we work with. That's why we can cover the nationwide and we can cover all of the UK. However, we're limited because a Luton van, something like this, can only carry excuse the mess, absolutely filthy, needs a clean. Can only carry 1 ton, maybe a little bit over a ton. So we're limited. So although we do have other things, I've got a trailer there. So I've got one of my Range Rovers, turbo's gone, I think. So I've just loaded it onto the trailer with a new winch with this Land Rover Discovery. And I'll tell you what, we'll just pause what I was talking about for the minute because I'm one of these guys, I can't do two things at once. I'll just show you this. I've just got a new winch. So she's loaded on and it's an ox winch, okay? Probably back to front to you guys. But that is the new winch. In fact, you know what, I'm just going to show you. I'm going to show you another way. This is the new winch, the ox winch. Now this thing is humongous. The old one used to be sort of like from here to here. But this thing is a beast, like an absolute beast. So it's an ox winch. It's 6 ton, which is 13,500 pounds of weight. And it may not look that big on here, but that thing is an absolute animal. I've got the battery in there. Unfortunately, this one, the turbo went on this one. So this, you know, do you know what it is? I know I made a mistake on this. Have a guess what mistake I made on this when I bought it. It's got high mileage. It's a workhorse. What was the mistake that I made with this when I put? It's the TDV8. It's the Sport. It's in the beautiful green, unbelievable green light. It's my favourite colour. What was the mistake I made on this? Someone comment in the comments below. I'm not going to say what the mistake that I did was, but tell me what you think the mistake was. So that's the winch. Obviously, we've got other means of transport, including this trailer. This will do 2.5 ton. It weighs a ton itself, 900 kilos. So yeah, we've got other means of transport. I'm very excited to get the new winch on. She's working, absolutely spot on, and it's all wireless as well, which I've just literally pulled that from down there all the way up. So pause that. Let's go back to what we were talking about. I'm a nightmare for things like that. So yeah, so as a company, we wanna get into the trucking side because we do have requests from our clients for HGVs, for 18 tonners, 7.5 tonners, and we fulfill those needs because we have the service partners, we have people we can call upon, we have people that we can talk to, people we can bring in. However, don't like giving work away too much. You look at the big businesses, look how much work they give away. Not a lot. We try and keep it all in-house. So for us as a business, we need to try and keep everything in-house now as well. So I'm doing this journey now and documenting the whole thing from us being couriers, us using the Luton vans predominantly. That's a modification, by the way. That's something that I had done by some fantastic guys. Auto Homes Craft Barn, something like that in Bradford. If you want the details, let me know. Unreal. That was like around £2,000, but it was worth every penny because now we can open the sides. And you may have seen that in some other videos. So now for us to take a next step, what we need to do is we need to get into the trucking side, and it's not simple and it's not cheap. So you got to think I've got to spend just, I think it was around 3,000 with the VAT to get the C+E for everything, CPC, theory, and then obviously the full training and then the test as well. So at the moment, video 1 we did was actually starting that process. We started that process. Then it was getting your D1 and your D2 and your D forms done, which I did a video on that. So that's episode 2. Check that if you didn't see that. And then once you've done your forms, you've got to send them off to the DVLA. And what they're then going to do is they're going to give you provisional. So I've just got my provisional back. So I've got provisional on my C and C+1, class 1, class 2. Next step is theory. Now I've just booked my theory test. Theory test is booked in a week and a half. So that means that's going to be all the theory stuff, all the questions, hazard perception. So I've got an app that I use at the moment. So I'm doing all of that on the app constantly. So a week and a half was the earliest they could do it. So I got that in a week and a half. Obviously I'm going to document that. You'll see, do I pass first time? Does it take me 3 times? Who knows? passed my driving test first time because I'm relentless like that. So now all I'm doing is theory. So I got my theory a week and a half from now. That's the next step. So next step, and this video really is about, right, it's the theory test now. So for me to become a qualified HGV driver, this is like, that's the first part of this whole journey, is me getting qualified, which is what I'm doing. Once I'm qualified, once I pass my test, we've then got to get an operator's license. Now that has its own struggles and its own boxes to tick and its own challenges, which I'm going to document and obviously show you that as well. And then once we've got an operator's license, then it's purchasing the vehicle. We may be able to purchase the vehicle while we're applying. I'm not sure yet. I'll have to find out about that. But I also want to make sure I do it right. So we'll do the operator's license. We've got the funds there to purchase the vehicle. I'm just going to wait out for a little bit. So we're going to purchase an Arctic attractor unit, so probably a 6x2. I really like the Scanias, and those truckers that are watching that are in Scanias, tell me what you think to them, because I just love them. They're powerful. Obviously it depends what you want to do. R450 is like a baby one really, or the 500s. 560s, this goes up to 700, which are like 16 litres, and they're just absolute beasts. But do we need that? Not sure yet. May start off with a 450, maybe a DAF. Don't think we're going to go MAN. I'm thinking either DAF or Scania, both very different purposes, but I really like the Scania, so we'll see on that. So yeah, so ultimately now my next step is week and a half, do the theory, get that done, and then it's the training. So I'm going to show you a document all the training as well. That's going to be interesting. So that's 6 days of training, then your test, and that's going to be done for me. It's Teddington in near Tewkesbury, so it's not far. It's like 20 minutes away. So I'm looking forward to that. And it's just that step-by-step process. You know, nothing happens overnight. The fact that we're quite fortunate nowadays where we can document everything. You didn't used to be able to do that. There's a guy near me, I'm not going to say his name, but massive haulier, 60-something lorries, 70 or 80 staff, humongous guy, international. And I talk to him, I quiz him all the time when I see him. He's been going for 50 years. And I said to him, like, how did you start and how did you grow? He's like, look, it was just step by step. It was day by day. It was piece by piece. He said, you look at it now, and he had all of his lorries lined up over Christmas. There's a picture on Facebook. Unbelievable. It just goes on. The camera can't even get all the lorries in. He's got that many. This guy's so down to earth, and he's pretty humble. He's a grafter. His whole family are grafter. It's a family business now. And yeah, it's just step by step. He's been in business 50 years. Do you know what I mean? Like, how many years you've been in business to think about it? If you're someone that's been in business for 5 years, 3 years, 10 years, whatever, 50 years is mega. So I pick his brains all the time, and I think that is for us the long-term goal, is to get the first lorry. We've got a couple of Lutons now, maybe get a couple more there. Maybe then I really want to push the trucking side. Maybe we get an 18-tonner. Maybe we do some trunking. Maybe we go with a curtain side trailer. Maybe we go with a low loader trailer, and just look to grow and grow and grow. Even though the economy might be as whatever it is, I don't believe that's your ethos. Should be the economy is as good as you are. You know, it doesn't matter how bad it is, doesn't matter how good it is. Like, the responsibility should be on you, and you need to go out and find it, and you need to go and get it, and that's what we're going to do. So episode 3, you're up to date. You know where we're at, what's going on at SPF Logistics. We've been mad busy. We've been mad busy up and down. January. It's the month where you're just getting by, really. You're surviving. You're not so much thriving. People are coming back. People are slow. Companies don't want to spend money. It's VAT returns, remember. It's just slow self-assessment stuff going on. There's loads going on. And I think for businesses and for people, they just slow down. So going into this next couple of weeks, although obviously with that in mind, always still thinking, right, what more can I do? What can I do to serve other people? Although things might be a bit low, again, your own economy. You've got to go out there, you've got to create things, you've got to find something, you've got to create it from, if there's nothing there, you've got to create something, you've got to put it out there. And that's what we're doing. So episode 4, you're going to see me after I've done my theory. I want to go through that. For now, for the next week and a half, all I'm going to do is just theory test, practice, app, practice. And that is literally it. Just go through it, plant it in my head. Just every waking minute, do it. So guys, hope you've enjoyed. I'll see you on the next one for episode 4. Stay tuned.